Hello YouTube, Asian Tracker here with another episode of Granblue Gateway. This one's going to be about Skull Dragon, and the reason being is that he's awesome. So yeah, with Skull Dragon, he's his base is 10,000, but his skill is when this unit attacks, if you have a Granblue Vanguard, this unit gets 3,000 until the end of that battle. At the beginning of your end phase that turn, retire this unit. And that only activates while he's a rear guard. It's automatic too. Now his other skill is an activate while he's in the drop zone. And with that, you have to counterblast one and choose one of your grade 2s or greater Granblues rear guards and retire it. If you have a Granblue Vanguard, call this card to a rear guard circle. So yeah, he's really good. He helped me out in a lot of games. He's pretty sacky. So yep. One of the things I like about him is he's way better than Bracky, and because one of the reasons is that with him, he can attack and then sit there till the end of the turn. So he can attack with his 13, sit there on the 13, and then if you get, let's say, stand trigger, you can stand him, give the power to him, and so that's pretty good. Now, if you're lucky, and let's say you get a stand trigger, right? And you check again, and you get another stand trigger. So you got two stand triggers. You can stand here and here. Or, let's say you attacked over here, you get the two stand triggers, you attack. You can stand here and here. And the good thing is since he's a 13, when he attacks as rear guard, that makes him being boosted by Romario at 21 grand. So with these two triggers I just checked with, it pretty much pushes that to a 31. So which is pretty busted. The only flaw is that at the end of phase he has to be retired. So he goes to the drop zone. And that's okay though, because he can always be brought back because of his skill. His skill is, well, you already saw it. So pretty much draw a grade 3, random grade 3, drop it down, or a grade 2, drop it down, counterblast, and then call it to your side of the field. Now, Skull Dragon, since his effect since his skill that when he attacks he gets a 3k boost, only activates while he's a rear guard, making him a Vanguard is completely useless and makes him, well, suckish. Well, just another grade 3. That's why you have Basskirk. Basskirk's amazing still, even with Skull Dragons. Now, when you get, if you decide to go for his skill to get him off like this, one thing, a good play to do if you have Skull Dragons is call 2 Skull Dragons on both sides. This is if you're pushing for game. Now again, if you're not pushing for game, and you know that you can't really get there, then I suggest maybe a skeleton swordsman here, and the other one be well, depends how much hand advantage you have as well. Now, remember, if you want to go with these two being called by Basskirk, you have to take into consideration your hand advantage, your opponent's hand advantage, field advantage, and pretty much how many triggers are left, so you can decide if you want to push for game, and so on and so on. So this would be a really good final turn, pretty much a really good final turn field for, well, final turn. So yeah. Now, I want to go through another play here with you guys. It includes Negomari though. So let's go through the deck. Negomari, right? A not so bad play. You have Basskirk, you always want him as your Vanguard, and you have Negomari. That's a no-no. You don't ride over. No-no. So you call him to your rear guard. Let's say you have Counterblast, so you Counterblast 2, right? You would Counterblast a 2. Now you're thinking, Skull Dragon. Alright, let's go for him. No. You want to go for Romario. Now, when you get Romario, this is only going to be 16, that's not going to be as strong as if this was Skull Dragon. But the cool thing is, with Skull Dragon's other skill, you can bring him back. So you retire Negamari, call him, and counterblast another one. Now remember, this will take a total of 3 counterblasts. So you would be only able to do this once unless you were able to heal. It's not as strong as play as the play I showed you with Baskirk, but it is a pretty good play still overall. Because if your opponent doesn't have that much of a hand advantage, you can swing 21. And then Baskirk, well, if your field looks like this, then you need to hope you have a good hand. So you would have to attack with Baskirk. They're gonna guard whatever. Let's say it's near the end of the game. So they're gonna guard Baskirk, and it's gonna take 2 cards out of their hand. Let's say because they're watching out for those triggers. So you do your first check, stand trigger. So you stand, power here. Second check, another stand trigger. So you stand and power here again. So that'll be another 31. That'll take a lot out of their hand. And then you're sitting here at the end turn, and you better hope that your hand has a great hand advantage. Now, since you checked these 2, you should do okay. Considering that you knocked out a lot of cards on their side of the field, and, well, you've knocked a lot of resources out on their side of the field, just so you can do a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, that's this episode of Granblue Gateway with Skull Dragon and Asian Trigger. Peace.